All right. So welcome back, I guess, after the long break. Um, we're about to start a new unit. Well, I'm not going to call them units anymore, but we're going to start a new topic. We're going to look at graphs. This is a topic which I think is really important for those of you going into computer science because graphs, also called networks, are used to model a lot of different structures that computer scientists use. Um, we're going to also talk about trees in chapter 11, which is another topic, which is related. Anyway, what is a graph? This video is just going to be about what is a graph. So first of all, it's also called a network. Basically, it is dots with lines connecting them. I am going to draw an example over here. And I'm going to put some dots down here. Dot, 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 dot. Let's make 5 dots. You can have a finite graph with a finite number of these dots, or you can have an infinite graph. And then I'm going to connect them with some lines. So yeah, I'm going to do these. Now let's have this one connected all the way over here. And then that one I'm going to leave all by itself, actually. So that's basically all it is. Anytime you have some like dots, which are, we're going to call them vertices, but they're also called nodes in some context. Anytime you have some set of nodes that are connected to each other by what are called edges, those are the lines, then that's a graph. It is a very broad definition, and there's lots of different types of graphs, which we're going to get into soon enough. So let's write down a more rigorous mathematical definition of a graph. So a graph, we'll call it G, just like with other mathematical objects, you use a letter to represent that thing, right? Like a set or a number or whatever. A graph, call it capital G. What it is actually, it has different parts, and so it is an ordered pair. It has 2 parts. So it's an ordered pair of 2 sets. The first set is called V, and the second set is called E. Those are our sets, and that is where, what are the V and E? V is any set of vertices, also called nodes. And that can be literally any set. Usually we're going to deal with, almost exclusively actually, we're going to be dealing with finite graphs. So that would be where the vertex set is finite. But hypothetically, you could have an infinite graph with an infinite vertex. So V is a set of vertices, which we call nodes. Then E is a set of edges. And the edges basically have to be, the edges have to look like some sort of pairing of two vertices together to say these 2 vertices are connected to each other by an edge. They can be directed or they can be undirected. So the way you represent that mathematically kind of depends on the context. Either it could be like a set with 2 elements in it, or it could be like an ordered pair to say you go from A to B, if it's a directed edge. Anyway, big picture, this is all you have in a graph. It's just vertices and edges. So in our example over here, to say what our vertex set is in this example graph, we need to know what these dots represent. So these dots, I'm going to label them. I'm going to label the vertices here with just the elements of a set. So I'm going to use the set A, B, C, D, E. All right, so that's my vertex set. And they can be in any order. It's a set. And then for my edges here, these edges, they're undirected, so I don't want to use ordered pairs because I want it to be like unordered. So I'm just going to make little sets in here, which are pairs. So since there's an edge between A and B, I'm going to put A, B together in a set. That represents one of our edges. We've also got like AC. Oops, I don't know what that was. And AE. And then we have BE is the last one. And so there's exactly, let's see, 1, 2, 3. There's exactly 4 elements in that edge set, right, which represent the 4 edges in my graph. And that's it. That's all a graph is. A couple important notes here is that the location at which you draw the vertices totally doesn't matter. So let's see. If I let's get in here and like erase this C here. If I don't like having this edge kind of crossing over like this, I don't know what's going on there. If I don't like this situation, what I can do is I can draw my C somewhere else. Let's say I draw the C over here, right? And then that edge from A to C, I'm going to move it and put it there. This is still the exact same graph that I had before. I haven't changed it, right? I've changed the way that I'm looking at it. Like I've changed the way that it's represented, but I haven't changed the graph itself. It's still the exact same mathematical object. And that goes for like the edges as well. So exactly where you draw the edges doesn't really matter. And exactly what shape they are or how long they are, whether they're straight or curved, doesn't matter, right? All that we have here is a set of vertices and a set of like connections between them. All right.